Today, I'm going to talk about all the anime I hate. And if you've been following me for long enough, you'll know this is not exactly a novel thing I do. I shit on anime a lot, but I had a pretty long list of anime that I wasn't sure if I could make a full video on, but I wanted to get a good little stab in. So today, I'm just going to go through the list, and they're not the worst anime ever made. Don't get your undies in a bunch if I insult your favorite anime or whatever. No, it's all for good fun, and people who get pissed about anime are like why? Like it's anime. Come on. First on the list of anime I hate is Erased, which is kind of a hot take. I know a lot of people really like Erased, but it's the most 5 out of 10 boring as fuck anime, and people really like it a lot for some reason. It's about a guy who sees like this girl he knew when he was younger get murdered, and he suddenly magically gains the ability to time travel back in time, and he decides to save his like high school crush. Which, if it sounds like the plot of Tokyo Revengers, it basically is. Basically, there's this whole twist, spoiler warning for Erased, fast forward if you want to skip it. This grown-ass teacher is the murderer, right? It's like a murderer show. They have to find out who done it, whatever. It's the fucking teacher, right? I could see that shit coming from episode 2 or 3. It's a 12-episode series, very predictable, and it thinks it's so fucking smart. It thinks it's way smarter than it actually is. And not only that, it's low-key a little bit pedophilic. Like all these shows where a grown-ass man goes back in time to his like high school glory days and talks to high school chicks, or I think he's even like a middle schooler here. Anyways, it's just creepy because you're a 30-year-old man flirting with these 12-year-old girls. It's fucking weird. I don't like it. Erased is not a good show in my mind. It's predictable. It's boring. Fuck Erased. I hate it. Do you like anime where the main protagonist is an absolute fucking pussy? Well, if you do, you're gonna go nuts for this one. I'm talking about Miss Nagatoro, which if you don't know what that is, it's this show about this guy who's this little weak-willed, limp dick pussy. He's like studying in the library one day, and all of a sudden this girl comes up to him and starts like basically straight up bullying him. And the thing about the show is like this girl, she's like bullying him, and they try to make it all like sexual, like she's flirting with him or something. Like, no, it's just straight up abuse. It's basically like straight up bullying and abuse paired with a fuck ton of fan service and the most pussy ass main character. Like, he's always like, the girls will come up to him and talk to him. He's like, boo, boo, I don't know what to do. A girl's talking to me. Boo. Like he like flips the fuck out for no reason. Like, I don't want to watch this. It's the embodiment of everything I hate in fuck, something in my room's falling down, but that's okay. He's literally the embodiment of everything I hate in like a protagonist. It's such a fucking shit anime, and I know I said earlier that not all the anime on this list were shit. This one fucking is. I don't care if you're like a hardcore fan. It's not good. This is not a good show. The next anime I hate is the 86. And I feel like hating the 86 should not be a super controversial thing. And yet for some reason, a lot of people really like 86. And if you don't know what the 86 is, imagine Attack on Titan, but shittier in every single possible way. The premise of it is basically there's this little race of people called the 86, and for some reason humanity views them as being the scum of the earth. They're like rats basically. And so what they do, they put them into these like spider-like mechas, and they force them to fight this like massive AI entity that's for some reason invading humanity. And you know, like they're forced to fight them. It's very much like the 86 are the scouts and the AI is the Titans. It's Attack on Titan, basically, right? And the whole time, the entire show, for hours and hours of content on end, it's like the point of the show and the message every single episode ends with is, racism is bad. Racism is bad. We shouldn't be putting these 86 and forcing them to fight these monsters, right? Like, no fucking shit it is. After the first 3 episodes, I was like, yes, racism is very bad. Like, can we get on to something a little more nuanced now? Like, I understand, like, slavery and racism is bad. I'm not a fucking idiot. I mean, maybe some people out there are, but I was like, okay, we can move on. And so I was pretty much ready to drop the show after, like, episode 6 or 7. But my friend goes, no. There's, like, a big reveal around episode 12 or 13. I don't remember when it is. Literally what they do, and I'm going to spoil it for you. You shouldn't watch it, so I shouldn't have to worry about this. At, like, episode 12 or whatever, the 86, they break out of, like, the walls. They're free from, like, humanity and whatever. And then they go to this other place, and it's the same shit again. Except it's like, war is bad. War is bad. War is bad. Just beating it into the audience. It is so boring. So fucking boring. The fights look like shit. It's literally Attack on Titan, but worse in every possible way. There's no nuance to it. Now I'm the one beating a point home, aren't I? I'm like repeating myself. Anyways, 86. Next on the list is any Fate series that's not either Fate Zero or the original 3 storylines. And I'm going to be honest, out of all the anime I had on my list, this was the one that scared me the most, because I know Fate fans can be really fucking toxic. And, you know, I just want to say I'm a huge fan of, like, the OG Fate stuff, like the, I'd say, main canon, right? The problem was, I went and I watched, you know, Fate Zero, I watched Unlimited Blade Works, I watched Stay Night, I watched Heaven's Feel, I watched the whole deal, and I was like, like, you know, UFO table animation, well, I guess, except for Stay Night, but, you know, UFO table animation and really based storylines and interesting twists, just absolutely incredible. I think the original Fate series are some of the best animated works in all of anime. I was super hyped. I go and I see, oh, there's this little thing called Fate Apocrypha on Netflix. Let me give this a check out. I go to watch it, and it was like, it literally looked like budget Fate. The animation is just lower budget. The character writing is shit. There's about 1,000,000 times more fan service. It's just a shit fucking series. And I've watched Grand Order. I've watched Apocrypha. I know there are a bunch of others that I haven't even bothered. Every time I try, though, it just pisses me off, because it's like, really? After the fucking masterpiece that was the original Fate series, you're gonna give me this shit and expect me to like it? Like, I'm of the belief that you should stop when you're ahead. You should stop when you make good shit. You should write with a plan. And, you know, that's what happened with Zero and Unlimited Blade Works and Heaven's Feel and, you know, the main 3 storylines, right? They just kept going with it because they saw all this money, and they're like, money. Like, you know, they're fucking greedy bastards. They wanted more. And then they had to fucking ruin the franchise with all this other bullshit. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I've got for this week of the anime I hate. Let me know down in the comments what anime you really hate. And let me know if you like this video, if you want a part 2, because I might make a part 2 if I find enough anime that I hate. And, you know, subscribe and do all that good stuff. And I will see you gamers next week. If I end up getting my shit together and uploading next week. I know I've been a little sporadic with my upload schedule, but yeah. Love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.